Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Well, I'm recording this day before Valentine's Day, so I guess technically happy early Valentine's Day. Anyways, so Valentine's Day is probably like my favorite holiday. I find so sweet that that at least in the United States and I guess in Europe. I don't know if this holiday is celebrated. I don't know if it's celebrated in the United States. But I just think it's really sweet that it's a holiday celebrated. Dedicated celebrating love, because love is an important thing. And one of my favorite genres is romance, and I've read quite a few romance books in my life. And I gotta show you guys my favorite romance books. And so, on a Valentine's Day. So, let's get started. This is my sister's flower, by the way. Her friend's dad gave it to her. So the first one here is The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Nicole, if those don't know, is the author of Everything. It's on the back here. There you go. And this is her second novel. It was also turned into a movie, like how Everything was. Essentially, this book follows it's about these two teenagers. First one's a girl named Natasha, and her family. She's kind of a family of illegal Jamaican immigrants, and her family is about to be deported back to Jamaica, and she's trying one last time to stop that from happening. And the other one is a boy named Daniel, and he comes from a Korean American family, and he's trying to live up to their expectations, also trying to follow his own passions at the same time. And they meet. They meet each other, and then this falls down throughout this one day in New York City, between their two perspectives, and also sometimes shows the perspectives of random people that they encounter on the street, some perspectives of their family members and their past. It's you get all the points of view. It really makes you think about the world around you. But amazing, of course, all these amazing this on here because I love the romance in it. Because my favorite romance is when two people end up not being together due to the circumstances. Because honestly, that's very realistic, and that really shows how important love is. Because you cherish it as much as you can, because you probably are gonna lose the ones you love eventually. It's dark, but it's true. And it's all about how they can't be together because her family's getting deported and he needs to stay here. And but the way their chemistry is created that just one day, it makes me feel like I'm reading the book and it's taking place over the course of a few months, a few weeks, or a year. Because that's how strong it is. That's cute. The next two here are John Green books, because of course, what romance books would be complete without John Green books. And you have The Falling of Stars and Paper Towns. Again, the reason I like John Green so much is because in his romance stories, the two characters are never together in the end. For various circumstances. In The Falling of Stars, one of them dies, and Paper Towns, one of them runs away. So, let's start with Paper Towns, because this is probably my favorite John Green book, because really gets home the message of you never truly know anyone. And I think it's a really important message. Essentially, this follows the story of what's his name again? Hang on. Quentin Q. Jacobson. He was his nickname. But his real name is Quentin. So Quentin Kitten um has a crush on his childhood friend and next door neighbor Margot Ross Spiegelman. And Margot has like this reputation of being like a really like wild girl. And one day, like after graduate, like a couple months before graduation, she runs away. And they like try to like find like where is she? Like where she ran off to? What's happened to her? And Quentin like realizes that like he never like really knew Margot, even though he thought he did. And like it's all about like first love and like sometimes that like make us some fools. And it's really good portraying that. And I'm pretty sure you all know what The Fault in Our Stars is about. These two kids named Hazel and Augustus are like dying of cancer. They meet each other at like a therapy system for people's cancer. And they like eventually like fall in love. One of them dies, so it's sad. But like the chemistry and like how much like Augustus like helps Hazel like learn to live her rest of like her even though life is gonna be short, she needs like make the best of it. And that's what like learns from Augustus. And I think it's like really important and like what like a relationship needs. So it's really, really sweet. The next one here is actually a new book. Well, newer book. I got one book I got for Christmas and my Christmas. This book haul that is Solitaire by Oseman. What I like about this book is that romance is actually not the center of it. It's like the center of this book is like mental health. And like the way like this romance in this book forms is like through the struggles with their mental health, I guess you could say. So this essentially follows the story of how Victoria Spring and her brother, has a variety of mental illnesses. And Victoria herself has depression, and her like school like also really like stresses her out. And then someone by the name of Solitaire starts pulling pranks on her school, and she's like seeing her friends like decide like figure out like who's behind all this. Are they like just jokers or is like something like bigger going around? And throughout the book, she like becomes friends with a boy named Michael, and they like again like a both in mental illness, on the health struggles, I guess. Um, and they like fall in love. After they like break through with one another, and like it's about like if Victoria learns like be more open to people. It's a very heavy book at times, but it is very good. The romance, especially. The next one here is actually a historical fiction novel, Nora and Kettle by Nicole Yoon. So, this is a historical fiction novel. It's set in 1950s, so post Japanese internment. And Kettle is a Japanese American boy who was not living post internment, and he like lives on the street with like a bunch of these kids. He call himself the Lost Boys. And Nora is a girl who is living under an abuse, like living like in an abusive household. Like her father's abusive, and her father is an is a civil rights leader for Japanese Americans. And they like live like side by side together for like months on end until like they like finally meet each other, and then like fall in, slowly fall in love. Um, as they like realize that even though they come from like different backgrounds, they're essentially like one and the same. It is like loosely inspired by like the themes of Peter Pan. It's not like a Peter Pan retelling, but it's like based loosely off the themes of that. And the romance is like so adorable. So it's essentially inspired by the romance of like Wendy Darling and Peter Pan. It's so cute. It was literally like even with like the dark kind of themes it like explores, it is like still like such a cute book. The romance. It's so cute. It's weird because it's so cute. The next one is The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. This is about a girl named Macy, and Macy's like always like been like more of a good girl. Well, because we'll compare it to like a sister. And when she was like 15, her dad died of like a heart condition. Like when like it took like a heart attack, like when he was running. Um, and since then, Macy herself was like permanently giving up running. He's like she's like to like this very like scheduled life, like very strict life. Then she like gets a job catering, like a catering company. She ends up falling in love with the owner's nephew, Wes, and he like helps her like learn to live again, like get herself again. And I always love how the way they like grow and like, chemistry. I honestly at times like in this book like actually like, feel the chemistry between the two, and that's really nice. Next one is Fangirl by Rowell. Again, this is the romances book isn't like really the main focus. It's also like about like fan culture and like mental health. It's this essentially follows the story of girl named Kath, and Kath deals with anxiety. And she's like starting her freshman year of college, and Zappa like has like learned to like adjust to that. Also like trying to finish the fan fiction before the last book our favorite series comes out. And throughout the course of the book, she falls in love with her roommate's ex, Levi. And it's also about her like trying to like regain her friendship with closest with her twin sister, Ren. Again, it's like it's more like various themes, but like Levi and Kath are like very cute together. Um, Levi is very charming, and like Kath is like a quirky girl, and it's very just cute. Again, with like Nora and Kettle, I recommend this book just because how cute it is. Like the romance especially is like very cute. And the last ones I have here is like the series I mentioned back in my January book haul. That is the To All the Boys Live Before series by Jenny Han. You probably all know what this is about if because you probably like either read the books or seen the movies. These like about a girl named Laura Jane, and for like every time she like crush on a boy, she like write like a letter to them, you know, like first book out. And one day, she's like have total of like 5 crushes, so 5 letters. And one day, those letters are accidentally sent out, and she like needs like deal with like the first book's like her like dealing with like the aftermath of that, and the third book, Always Forever Laura Jean, is like about her like high school. I mean, her senior of high school, and like how she like has like grown as a person since her experiences like after letters got out, and like has to like discover like whether or not she like listened to her head or she's listening to her heart. It's very sweet. And her and I'm not gonna say who she dates, but her and her boyfriend, they face many challenges together. But I love how they always like overcome the challenges and like are shining in the end. Because I think that's like a very important thing in relationships. And I love how it's portrayed in the series. So that is everything. Thanks for watching. If you if you like this video, please like and subscribe for future content. And I'll see you guys next time.